Hi everyone, my unit will be centered around gender in art. The big idea of this unit is to investigate and understand how gender stereotypes, roles, and biases are reinforced and countered in art and visual culture, and how gender of the subject and/or artist has historically influenced how art is perceived and its availability. The original essential questions of this unit are: how does gender influence how we are perceived and how we perceive others? What traits and/or characteristics are associated with or stereotypical of different genders? What influence does gender have in art? And why are some art forms considered gendered? Some essential questions from the National Core Art Standards include: how does learning about art impact how we see the world? And how do images influence our views of the world? Some of the objectives for this unit include: generate ideas for a final project, collect images of artwork that relate to the chosen theme or concept of the final project, choose to work from images that exist or create your own, and create a collage that reflects on or responds to a gendered issue, topic, how gender impacts your life, or your experiences with gender. On day one, the motivation will be to come up with a list of famous artists as a class and compare how many male artists were listed to female artists. On day two, the students will play a Kahoot where they will have to guess if a man or woman created a certain artwork and then later investigate the stereotypes and biases that influence their decisions. On day three, students will examine two different artworks and list gender roles, stereotypes, and biases that these paintings conform to and/or counter. The studio practices and engagement will consist of individual or group work to later be presented to the class. For example, on day one, students will pick an artist from Google's list of most famous artists to briefly research, paying attention to who or what the artist tends to paint. The students will then select 3 to 5 images from each artist and assemble them into a collage as a class to be looked at during the closure. On day three, students will be placed into groups and assigned a certain artwork or topic to watch a video on, answer questions about, and create a short presentation to give to the class. Students will also spend this time researching and developing ideas for their final project, working on their final project, and critiquing each other's work. These are my benchmark products. The first one is reflecting on the idea that men are supposed to be the providers of the family, meaning that they spend most of their time working and earning money and not being able to spend adequate time with their families as a result. The second benchmark product is a response to the overturning of Roe v. Wade, where the life of the unborn child is valued over the life of the mother, who in this case is a child herself. The last one is about the journey of coming out as trans and feeling loved and accepted for who you really are. The assessments for this unit include think deeper questions, exit tickets, note card responses, and worksheets for brainstorming ideas. For example, on day 3, students will show that they know how to identify gender roles, stereotypes, and biases in artwork by listing what attributes conform or counter to these ideas while looking at 2 different artworks.